spar Tank, what did you learn about yourself when that happened?
I learned that I can hang in there with the elite level.
Very vigilant, but I don't think Tank can let Lamont get too big of a lead either.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has been rigorously preparing for his upcoming WBA lightweight title defense against Lamont Roach on March 1st, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Davis's intense sparring session ahead of the Lamont Roach fight showcased his explosive power, speed, and sharp defense, proving he's in peak form for a dominant performance. Gervonta Davis showcased blazing speed during pad work, displaying lightning-fast combinations, sharp reflexes, and explosive power. His precision and intensity prove he's in top shape ahead of the Lamont Roach fight. Professional boxer Michael Fox has had the unique opportunity to spar with both Tank Davis and Lamont Roach in preparation for their upcoming bout. Fox commends both fighters for their high boxing IQs, noting that their strategic approaches and adaptability in the ring make them formidable opponents. He emphasizes that while both possess exceptional skills, the nuances in their styles could play a pivotal role in the outcome of their match.
For both of them, then.
Oh, I mean, this is the thing about both of them, and like what people don't be knowing about Tank is, they both have a high IQ, a high boxing IQ, and they think, Tank isn't just in there throwing and hoping. He's setting stuff up. Lamont Roach is really reactive defensively when he needs to be, when there's punches coming. So I think it's gonna be a high action joint. I mean not high action. It's gonna be like a slower. It's gonna be like a slower pace joint until somebody lands something big. Then business pick up, and then we know Tank's bringing a big shot. So Lamont's got to be very vigilant, but I don't think Tank can let Lamont get too big of a lead either.
I've seen Lamont in the amateurs. I don't have no relationship with him. I'll tell you the truth. He can't beat Tank. He can't beat Tank. It's just in watching the development of both fighters. As a fan, Tank has got to a different kind of level. The way his mind thinks, his confidence, the way he's walking into the ring, it's going to be alpha. He's going to be very alpha. He's going to command the middle of the ring. He's going to be backing the slower guy up. He's going to try to box and counter him. But I think that Gervonta going to be swinging for the stands very early.
Several boxers who have sparred with Lamont Roach express skepticism about his ability to overcome Gervonta Davis. Despite Roach's technical proficiency and determination, these sparring partners believe that Davis's power and ring presence present challenges that Roach may find insurmountable.
I think the fight's going to be interesting only for the simple fact that they know each other and they spar with each other, so Lamont's going to be able to pick up on a certain couple moves. But I think when it starts to, I got a stoppage about sixth or seventh round. But I think that Tank is going to be able to stop him. I think it's going to be some moments where, Lamont maybe makes Tank look a little stupid just because he kind of know him a little bit and he kind of a little comfortable. He can be able to do some things defensively to kind of offset some stuff. But I think Tank has too much firepower for the smaller.
Having previously sparred with Gervonta Davis, Lamont Roach enters the fight with a unique perspective on his opponent's tactics and style. Lamont Roach is resolute in his mission to defeat Gervonta Davis. He has delved deep into his training, focusing on personal growth and refining his techniques. Roach believes that his self-awareness and understanding of his own strengths and weaknesses will be crucial in formulating a game plan to counteract Davis's formidable power and speed.
All right, Sean Zattel, happy to be joined by the WBA super featherweight champion of the world, Lamont Roach, challenging for the WBA lightweight championship of the world on Amazon pay-per-view in Brooklyn, March 1st. Lamont, man, what's going on? Let's start. Let's get into the fight, man. I got my first one for you. What do you carry from your times with Gervonta in the amateurs, fighting him, knowing him, sparring him, that helps you to know you can beat him March 1st?
Just a lot of personal info. Just a lot of personal things that can really maybe be a factor to the fight for sure. And I'll probably let you guys know a couple things, maybe, definitely after the fight, but I'll let you guys know maybe like one or two things, maybe. We'll see.
Olympic silver medalist Keyshawn Davis shares his experiences sparring with Gervonta Davis, highlighting the intensity and learning opportunities these sessions provided. Keyshawn notes that Tank's combination of speed, power, and tactical acumen makes him a challenging and enlightening sparring partner. These encounters have not only sharpened Keyshawn's skills, but also reinforced the high regard in which Tank is held within the boxing community.
Keyshawn, I just remembered you sparred Tank as well, right?
Yeah.
When you sparred Tank, what did you learn about yourself when that happened?
I learned that I can hang in there with the elite level. I feel like I can take a punch because he caught me with, well, I remember he caught me with two good shots. He caught me with one good hook, and he caught me one good straight. And knowing Tank, like, you don't know really to expect when you get caught with a good shot. So he told me I could really take a punch. He told me I could box with the best and shit. I feel like Tank, he tested me. He tested my skill in a way where I always had to like stay sharp, watch out for his power, and just be real defensive. Because I'm not really a defensive fighter. Even though I got great defense, I love fighting like Tank does. So he had me fighting a style that I don't usually fight, and I feel like I got better at it. I capitalized it. And I learned a lot from sparring Tank, man. Shouts out to Tank.
What's that like in the ring? Kind of like you said before you get hit, you're kind of like, shit, this is Tank. What is this going to feel? Is that just a question you get answered once you get popped? It's like, okay, now I know how I take it. Now I know where it's at.
Yeah, for sure. That's what every boxer, even in a real fight, if the dude is not a hard puncher, but you still try to see me punch, like, you probably get hit, boom. All right, that shit wasn't that bad. Shake it off. And if that shit come again, you can be confident, like, whoo, boom. You feel me? So it's really like, once you take that first hit, like, well, that shit ain't nothing. Or if you get hit, boom. Okay, he not gonna hit with that no more. You feel me? You always gotta get the hit to really know if you want to fight your opponent going forward.
Featherweight prospect Bruce Carrington offers insights into what it's like to train alongside Gervonta Davis. Carrington observes that Davis's relentless drive for perfection pushes everyone in the gym to elevate their performance. He recounts instances where, after executing a technique effectively, Davis would insist on repeating it until it was flawless, exemplifying his dedication to continuous improvement. This commitment serves as a source of inspiration for fellow fighters.
I was watching, learning, you know what I'm saying, trying to pick up on little things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the fact that he don't make no excuses, and then if he don't do something good, he gonna wanna, let's do it again. Like, nah, you right. I ain't do that right, let's do it again. Like, that shows that growth. That shows that you want to continue to keep growing and learning, and that makes a person a real dangerous fighter. If you think you know everything, bro, like, you're not gonna keep growing. But if you are open to learn, no matter where you at in your career, you're gonna always be dangerous.
Strength and conditioning coach Myron Flowers speaks to Gervonta Davis's innate abilities, emphasizing that while natural talent is a significant asset, the right environment and guidance are essential to harness and enhance it. Flowers points out that Davis's willingness to learn, coupled with a supportive team, has been instrumental in his development into a world-class athlete.
And let's talk about these strength and conditioning levels to when you first met Tank until where we at today.
So you mean in reference to our training, what we did?
Yeah, well, maybe not necessarily that, because I know that's the bread and butter, but levels from where he was to when he first started. to now?
Yeah, so it was a lot of stuff that, again, Tank is talented. You know what I mean? Natural talent. And then you have that in sports, right? Where guys have natural talent. And then only sometimes it takes people outside of that to evaluate them to know that it's more. Because they can't see it themselves. They're talented. And then sometimes even the people around them, not that they mean any harm by it, they can't see it either. So, in reference to like his flexibility got a lot better. His speed and explosiveness got better, learning, working on his actual sprinting mechanics and then running, right? And learning too, you don't necessarily have to run these long distance, sustained mileage to also be conditioned. You know what I mean? How you can integrate speed, how you can integrate the conditioning and the strength training to where you're sprinting in the workout. That's a lot of stuff that he got better at. His explosiveness from doing plyometrics, just doing some things to make him overall a better athlete with his talent in boxing. That's what we were able to focus on. And you'll see a difference sprinting, jumping, athletically, right? That sometimes from the common person just watching boxing won't know or can't see it. Okay, right. So it's just like anybody else. You can get away with certain things because you're just better than them. And then you have a guy who's super talented.
Coach Myron Flowers further elaborates on Gervonta Davis's character, highlighting his fierce competitive nature and eagerness to absorb knowledge. Davis approaches each training session with the intent to outdo his previous performance, constantly seeking ways to refine his craft. This relentless pursuit of excellence, combined with his openness to feedback, underscores Davis's status as a top-tier athlete committed to maintaining his edge in the sport.
Tank's work ethics in the gym.
Oh, he's a competitor. He wants to compete. You know what I mean? He wants to win. He wants to, do more than the next guy. But he's also humble in a sense because there's a lot of things that he wasn't good at that he had to learn and watch and sit back and then, okay, now I got it. Push myself, but was humble enough to learn and listen to a lot of things that he was able to do. He has never done before. And that's kind of hard to do to people, man, to really say like, listen, man, if you do this, I know it don't really directly correlate to boxing, but I promise you it's going to help you in the ring. That's hard to introduce to people.
Featherweight champion Gary Russell Jr. comments on Gervonta Davis's demeanor outside the ring, noting that Davis tends to keep to himself and refrains from engaging in trash talk. This reserved nature contrasts with the persona of many fighters and suggests a focus on letting his performance in the ring speak for itself. Russell's observations highlight Davis's professionalism and dedication to his craft, preferring action over words.
Absolutely. And as far as Tank, I know that there's been a lot of rumblings in social media that you want that fight. Y'all went back and forth. You wanted that fight for a few years now.
We never went back and forth. I'm the only one that's been saying shit. Tank know to keep his mouth closed when it comes to me. He don't say too much. So,
speaking of him, obviously, what do you think about this fight against Lamont Roach, man? Because there's a lot of people that are kind of iffy on it because, again, another guy moving up in weight. There's a lot of other guys that they prefer to Tank see fight, including yourself, Shakur, a lot of the other bigger names. What do you think about that fight? What was the first thought that came to your mind when that fight got announced?
I think the same thing that everybody else thought. Unfortunately, Lamont Roach, he got in his feelings when I gave my honest opinion. So, like I said before, after you fight Tank, win, lose, or draw, if you really feel some type of way about what I said in my honest opinion, then make me your next opponent right after Tank. I'll fight you at 130.
Boxing analyst Showbiz. The adult offers a bold prediction for the upcoming bout, asserting that Gervonta Davis will decisively defeat Lamont Roach. He points to Davis's superior power, speed, and experience as factors that will overwhelm Roach. While acknowledging Roach's skills and determination, the analyst believes that Davis's attributes create a mismatch that will lead to a conclusive victory, potentially by knockout.
Lamont Roach is good. He's a good fighter. Jamel Herring, good fighter. Jamel beat him. But when he fought Shakur, that was diabolical. Stylistically, Lamont Roach hands be at 10-2 and his shoulders be squared up. And Tank, bruh, it's just, he's not great enough at what he does. And honestly, Tank is so good, the type of fighter it takes to beat him is somewhere north of 135. He's out at 147 somewhere. It's not a diss to Lamont Roach. It's like you look at that matchup and like, okay, brother.
Lamont Roach's confidence ahead of the fight is partly rooted in his previous sparring sessions with Gervonta Davis. Having faced Davis before, Roach feels equipped with first-hand knowledge of his opponent's style and tendencies.
I fought him in the regional junior Olympics, and the fight was close. They took a point from him, they took a point from me. They thought the point was unjust or whatever the case may be. And he beat me by a slight margin on the point system.
What does this do for his career if you beat a Tank Davis? If who beats Tank Davis? Lamont. It's physically impossible. Name me the reality in which this beats Tank Davis. I know the odds against him. I know this. The obvious is against him. He's fighting against the obvious. I'm dangerous. Lamont Roach Jr. can box. He got skills. His left hook is his best shot. Trying to figure out. He just don't have the power to keep Tank off of him or make Tank respect him. Tank's chin is too solid for him to carry any power to 35 and do anything to Tank. He's going to sleep and waking up famous. And that's the Lamont Roach Jr. story. And so the obvious happens, I say, since they friends 10, but Tank could end it at 6 and 7. It's going to the card. Hell no. No way that fight goes to the cards unless Tank go to the card. Going to the card. Going to the card.
However, despite this familiarity, many professionals and analysts remain skeptical of Roach's chances, citing Davis's growth and consistent performance at the highest levels of the sport as significant hurdles for Roach to overcome. A consensus among boxing professionals and analysts suggests that Gervonta Davis is the favorite to win the upcoming match against Lamont Roach. Predictions often cite Davis's explosive power and track record of knockouts as key factors. Many anticipate that while Roach may display resilience and technical skill, Davis's relentless offense will likely culminate in a stoppage victory, possibly in the mid to late rounds of the fight.
Yes, my people, my prediction for Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. I predict Tank will knock out Lamont Roach in rounds 6 to 8. I think Lamont Roach will start this fight a bit slow, but I think as the rounds go on, he'll start to let his hands go. And I think Tank will be coming forward with a high guard and reading what Lamont Roach is doing. Lamont Roach is sometimes open to shots, so I think he might get knocked down early in this fight. Lamont Roach, though, doesn't really have the power to affect Tank, but he does have a bit of fast feet to be able to keep him away from Tank. But I see Tank landing a massive shot on Lamont Roach in round 6 to 8 that will knock Lamont Roach out.
Esteemed trainer Bazzi Ennis offers strategic advice regarding facing Gervonta Davis, cautioning fighters against engaging in direct exchanges with him. Ennis emphasizes that Davis's counterpunching ability and power make trading punches a perilous strategy.
I think that's pretty good fight. I would have to go with Tank, though. I would have to go with Tank.
Lamont will be moving up. What would he have to do to make that fight?
Oh, he moving up?
Yeah, it would be. No, he's the champion at 30.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have to go with Tank.
What does he need to do to make this competitive?
Don't trade with him. You got to box. Box, move, time up. But it's difficult when you fight Tank, man. It's difficult when you fight him. Tank sets you up with all types of shots, man. And also, like I tell people, Tank can box when he want to box.
Lamont Roach remains unfazed by the criticism. He has stated that haters' opinions don't matter to him and that he doesn't care about what people say. His focus is entirely on the fight and proving himself in the ring.
I only got 3 words for the super haters, and they say, "You from New York, SMD."
How do you block out the naysayers and the people and their opinions they have of you?
They don't matter to me at all, especially the ones who think I'm not a worthy opponent or whatever the case may be. 9 times out of 10, you don't know shit about boxing. I got here without them. I'll still be here without them. You can't do anything that I'm doing on nowhere near close to my level. So I really don't care. I really don't give two flying.
Many boxing analysts and fans predict Gervonta Davis will win. After analyzing both fighters' achievements and boxing styles, most experts lean towards Tank as the favorite. His power, speed, and experience at the highest level make him a strong pick over Roach. Several experts see this as a one-sided fight in Tank's favor. They argue that Roach's best chance is to survive the early rounds. If he weathers Tank's initial storm, he might have a chance. Otherwise, the fight could end badly for Roach.
Tank Davis, undefeated, a knockout artist, a power puncher. He's definitely a human wrecking ball. 29 wins, 27 by knockout. He sends opponent into dreamland. And Lamont Roach Jr., he's not bad either. A solid boxer, technical. He has good movements and he has underrated power. His record 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. A skilled fighter, but can he handle the tank? So the previous fight for each of the fighters, for Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, he KO him to the body, and the liver said, "I'm out." Hector Garcia, that opponent saw a ghost, and he just can't continue. Another TKO win. Rolando Romero, and that guy was sent to a different timeline. Another knockout win for Tank Davis. So it's all knockout for Tank Davis. Meanwhile, for Lamont Roach, he won the WBA Super Featherweight title against Hector Luis Garcia in a close decision. But here in that title, he defended it. His only loss is against Jamel Herring, but he has improved since then. So for me, the keys to victory for Tank Davis is very simple: pressure, power punching. He only needs 1 shot to end the fight.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.